Okay, now let's do some loops. And I covered these a little bit already, but there's several kind of loops. There's a for in loop, there's a for each loop, there's a for loop, and there's a while loop. For now, we'll just do a while and a for. So I'm going to do var I uh, equals 1, and this can be anything you want. I mean, you could have var whatever, but we'll keep I for numbers, and I'll do while I is less than 100. Let's console.log I. So basically, you have to increment inside the page there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit test, and we'll go ahead and hit refresh, and you'll see that by console.logging the loop, we've gone up to 99 from 1. Now you can increment however you'd like. You could do something like plus equals 5, and there you see we're counting by 5s. If you want to start it at 0, of course, that would be more traditional with the 5s. You can also decrement, so you could say something like start I at 100, and as long as it's less than this, then subtract. So let's go do this, and I'm going to go troubleshoot this console.log I. We're minus equals 5, so we're going to continually run this, and oh, unexpected identifier. What did I do wrong? Oh, look at that, an L. So let's hit this, and it's going to stop as long as this should be 0. I apologize, that's the terminator. And now we hit console, we have the countdown. So that's the while loop. Now let's do the same thing with a for loop. We'll do I equals 0 the first, oops. And as long as I is less than 100, we'll do I plus plus, more traditional, and increment by 1. And we'll simply console.log I. And I'll go ahead and hit refresh. And again, I have an unexpected identifier because I'm going fast. And you'll see that I forgot the semicolon here. So let's go ahead and do that. And you see that we have now counted. Actually, it's right there. So we're actually incrementing up to 100 from there. Now, again, we can do something like plus equals 5, and you will see that it'll count up. Let me refresh, and we got 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. So that is the increment, and similarly, we can do 100, and as long as it's less than or greater than 0, we can do a decrement. So it's a beautiful thing that we have here with loops. They're a great thing if you're new to programming, just because of the amount of work they can do really quickly. And you'll need to use these on your homework this week. So that's a for and a while loop. I don't care which one you use, master one of them. And understand that you can turn a loop. And then if you notice from the money homework in week 2, we want to keep the variables for the loop away from things that you do inside. This is merely for doing anything a certain amount of times. And for example, this ran, 20 times? If it's 1, it ran 100 times. So this often isn't very useful. If you're going to do something 20 times, you should just do a loop from 1 to 20. It's a little bit easier to understand. But you need to master these. This needs to be in your arsenal, as well as the ability to know when to use it. And I would say anytime you get a question from a client that does something repetitiously, think loop. All right, any questions, hit me up at kdsecret@gmail.com or come hang out with me on Google Hangouts.